Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Megs. I usually read, but lately I haven't read at all. In 2026, we are in the middle of June. I've read one book, and that's okay. That's okay. It was a hectic first few months of the year, but I really miss reading. I miss dedicating my time to reading, to doing something that it's not being on my phone. So we're doing a summer reading list because growing up it was the time of the year that I've always read more. It's when I go on vacation and when I have literally nothing to do and my only worry and goal is to read, go to the ocean, and spend time in the sun. So it is that time of the year. I work now, so I only have 1 week at the beach. But yeah, I still want to bring back the reading habit again into my life, into my routine. I'm in a new house. I haven't read a single page in this house and I've been here since March. So yeah, let's do a summer reading list. We're gonna go into the office, see the bookshelf, and we're gonna pick from there. We are at my little office in my house. I'm reunited with all of my books, the unread ones and the read ones. But today we are picking from the unread ones. I have a full shelf. It's getting out of control, the amount of unread books that I have. Let me just count. 1, 2, 3. I have 30 unread books, which is insane, but that's the situation, which means I have plenty to choose from. So yeah, let's go through them together, see what sparks my interest. I know for sure I'm gonna read The Story of the Lost Child by Elena Ferrante because I've been reading one a year and this is the fourth one. It's the last one and I'm so excited to read it. I love this quartet, absolutely love it, and I think she can do no wrong. So I have Summer by Alice Smith, but I wasn't aware this started in autumn, so this is actually the last book, and I don't have nor have I read the first 3, which is something that I never do, but that now I have to deal with. I might buy autumn someday. Then, and I spoke about this in my recent video, I recently got Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed, and I love this show. I'm obsessed with this show, and I think I'm gonna read it pretty soon, and I think it will be a fun time summer read, which I'm really needing. I'm also really needing something that I can binge compulsively, and I feel like this is it. Romance usually does that for me. I do think it would be a good place to start reading again because it's usually pretty easy reads when it comes to romance. So yeah, and I'm also really excited to be with those characters because I love them. I'm obsessed with them. I think I could do some nonfiction. I've been missing learning things and stuff, so I think this is nice. This is Monsters, What We Do with Great Art by Bad People by Claire Dider, and I've had this for a really long time and I haven't read it, and I think this would be a really interesting read, and it's a question that it does come up quite a bit when it comes to art. Could be a nice read to break up the fiction. I think I don't have a lot of nonfiction in my shelf because I usually read fiction. That's my preferred genre. But yeah, I think this one would be a really good summer read. I'm also thinking Tom Lake because I think this is like it's not a family saga, but it's very family intrigue. I think it takes place in spring, but it's like very soap opera-ish in that sense of family relations, and I think it could be fun and a good choice for summer. And Honestly, the cover just springs to mind. This could be bleak as well, but it feels like something for summer. So those Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy, but honestly, I want something easier to read, to understand, to comprehend, and I don't think Thomas Hardy is gonna be that. Although I haven't read Thomas Hardy, so I could be completely wrong. So, yeah, I think this is a good choice, and I think I'm also gonna do some poems. We can do Devotions by Mary Oliver and just read a couple poems that I enjoy doing that every once in a while. The poem in the back is Wild Geese, which we love. Who doesn't love wild geese? Nobody. Literally everybody loves the poem Wild Geese. I really enjoy Mary Oliver's poetry. It's mostly nature-centered, which is something that I really appreciate. So I think it would be nice to read a couple of poems a day. It would be a really nice morning ritual to read while I have my breakfast, because I don't have that habit, and I think it would be really nice. So I might do this. Little recap of the reading list. Adding to the list Persepolis by Marianne Stripati. I borrowed this from a work colleague, so I'm gonna read it pretty soon. Probably gonna start here. Summer starts next week, but I might start it today. Today is the 14th of June, so it's a week from summer, but honestly, it's 30 plus degrees. I think we can say it's summer. Okay, I think we can just agree that summer has started. So many formats, so many genres. I'm usually really fiction, literary fiction, blah, 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 blah. Very different within the genre, but still in novel form. And now we have comics. We are doing a bit of poetry with Devotions by Mary Oliver. This is like a selected poems collection. It's also really nice. I don't ever buy hardcover books, but it looks so good. This could be a coffee table book. That's the type of coffee table book that I want, not the useless ones. Then Tom Lake by Anne Patchett, which I think it's gonna be wonderful, intriguing, and so emotional, I guess, because family relations. It seems like it's gonna be really good. So yeah. Then we have some nonfiction, which we also don't read a lot, and art nonfiction, which is something that I really enjoy. And I guess I don't know if it's gonna talk about art a lot, but when I read about art in The Lonely City, it was so fantastic. I loved some chapters of that book so much, and I still think about it. The heated rivalry was an exception for the craziness, for the hype that it's been. I don't usually break my no buy rules, but it had to be done because, yeah, heated rivalry. I'm so excited, and I probably will break the rule by buying the second or whatever. I am only buying the Shani and Ilya story, but yeah. And lastly, The Story of the Lost Child. It's the fourth book in a quartet by Elena French, and I'm so excited, so sad, so emotional to be finishing this. I've been reading this for 4 years now. I started in 2023, and right at the beginning of 2023, and I'm finishing in 2024. So, wait, no? 2026, 2024. I'm tired. Woke up really early today. But yeah, this is the reading list. Hopefully it will get read. I'm excited to read these books. I'm excited to go back to reading. Tell me what you've been reading. Tell me if you've read any of these books, if they are any good, if they are good for summer, and hopefully I'll be doing some vlogs where I read them. Thank you so much for watching and for spending your time with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!